Hey everyone, Jim here,
Aidan here,
and today we've got a little video again. We haven't done one for a little while because we've been quite busy. There's been a lot of new releases coming out, a lot of stuff going on with COVID, so we've had to change a few things here. Yeah, we've probably been a little bit lazy. It's actually really hard to find the time to fit in to make videos because I have to do it before we open up in the morning, so it's quite tight time-wise. But anyway, enough about that. This video is going to be a bit of a catch-up with what we've been up to. We've been working really hard, well, Aidan's mostly been working hard on getting terrain painted. I've been working on the website and stuff like that. We've started a new little project this week, which is going to be actually like the main focus of some of the videos that we're planning to do in the future. So we'll tell you about that in a minute. And we've got, we had a load of events planned. COVID caused us to cancel them all. And we've got something new that's come in to replace it. So we're going to talk about that as well. Anything else you want to say? We'll do like we're going to like edit in some extra little bits for each thing. So
yeah,
you know, this is just a
hey,
one of them.
a little call in.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, to let you guys know, how busy it's been around here, what people have been playing. So
Yeah.
if you haven't been getting involved, come and get involved. There's
Yeah.
people about. There are games going on. There's lots of different systems being played. So now's a good time if you feel like you've been stuck around indoors for too long. Or just kind of getting on with your day to day without enough pushing plastic around the table.
Yeah. Yeah, rolling dice, all that stuff.
Forcing any environmental issues.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Right. Well, we're gonna edit to the next bit.
See you in a minute. Hey again, guys. So just a little run through of some of the stuff that I've personally been working on. Trying to get the scenery and the tables looking nice. Mostly for, well, just for playing and also for the upcoming events. Hopefully, COVID allowing us to do it and whatnot as well. But I've done a lot of AOS stuff, as you can see some of it here. Been working on a lot of the ruins, realm gates, things that are kind of like the bread and butter. We've gone for lots of different colours for the different realms, or even just to fit some of the mats, because we've got some really nice vibrant mats, so we thought some vibrant scenery to go with it would be really nice as well. We've got a heap of these enchanted wood jobbies done. As I'm talking about it, I'm sure you'll get some nice pans of what I'm talking about. We've got the woods. They're all kind of slightly generic, but they kind of fit as an aesthetic. I mean, you could, if you wanted to play a narrative, there's enough of it. You can have a whole board of woodlands. It would be impossible to play with. But they'll all fit together and they'll all look nice. The ruins, we've gone for lots of different colours. We've got some nice shades of blue. Tried to make them look a little bit magical, a little bit maybe some of the blues and the greens and stuff. They could be underwater, aquatic, or subterranean looking. Nice purples, some reds, and realm gates to match most of them. My favourite is the sandy stuff, sandstone, but. Yeah, it's not the most exciting when you compare it to the vibrancy of the blue or the emerald or anything like that. Right, so this is some more stuff, different style to the last that you've seen. This is more of your kind of generic stone, just human kind of wizardry business. These are all old kits, so these ones are all out of production, but they're still perfectly in with the time element of Sigmar. More realm gates to go with it all. Some of these chaos altars, done them in different styles, so that they kind of fit any kind of game style. While you have a quick look at these, we'll get some more 40k stuff out, and we'll carry on. And on to the 41st millennium, the Endless War. The Dark Ages. We've got some really grotty, grimy looking 40k stuff going on here. Lots of ruins, because that seems to be what GW wants us to paint. So we've got lots of ruins in different styles depending on different sectors of the galactic empire, I guess. Got ruins to go with most as well, so they all match up and they all look pretty sweet. And some of the older stuff, like a burnt out Blood Angels Rhino, because that's the best way Blood Angel should be, burnt out. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. It's covered in eyes and it looks really chaosy and it looks really dark and cool. We've also got some Necromunda terrain, or we could use it as Zone Mortalis stuff, I think that's what it's actually called, which has been done by, not myself, but another very talented painter who comes in here, goes by the name of Dak. So we'll go on to have a look at that and I'll talk you through that as well. Right, so this is the Zone Mortalis stuff that I just mentioned. As I said, it's painted by one of our good friends, Dak. He's done a really good job, as you can see. When you see the close-ups, it's really nice. He's got some really cool decals and stuff that he's stuck in there, transfers. He's also working on some of the more industrial stuff, like the cranes, and he's working on some scatter stuff as well, more pipes and more of the, what are they called? I think it's, yeah, whatever those ones are called. The pipelines and there's, yeah, I can't remember the name of it. So there's plenty more of this that's in this set, but we've just taken out enough so you can get a little preview. As I always get really excited about stairs, I'm really honoured to be able to point out that there's stairs here and there's also stairs over there, like brilliant. The rust effect that he's done, yeah, just top notch. You'll see it when it's all close up, hopefully you're seeing it now. Lots of doors and stuff all done nicely, so sterling job, brilliant for Necromunda, brilliant for some of the Crusade games of 9th edition on the narrative basis, just lovely stuff all around. Hopefully that's a good enough overview of everything, hopefully get your juices going, get you excited about playing. Plenty more to come, so yeah, watch this space.
Hey again everyone, I'm back. It's not just Aidan this time, even though I'm sure you prefer listening to him over me.
Pressure's off.
Pressure is off, yeah. It's all on me now. So we're just going to talk to you about the little things that we haven't finished yet, what we're working on at the moment, what we've been up to gaming wise and stuff like that. So you probably can't see very well from that distance, so we'll take some close-ups and stuff, but we've been working hard getting the Indomitus stuff painted, well, or the starter set stuff, I guess, depends on how you look at it, for 40k. So we've got Necrons that are pretty much done. Just need some of their like power weapons finishing. Hint, hint at the person who's going to be doing that. And that's not either of us, just so you know. Promise is a promise, that's all I'm saying. And then, yeah, get the basing done. With the Marines, so with the Necrons, you painted those, Aidan, didn't you? We were kind of trying to match the new colour scheme, but it was before the paints came out that you started them,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they look pretty close though, I think.
I reckon so.
Yeah, it's got that kind of aged, sort of brassy metal look.
I mean, personally, I'd say I think I pulled it off, but I'm saying that just because it's me that did it.
Yeah, and we haven't tried the new paints on them to compare it, so we're just assuming it looks the same. It looks like the box. You know. With the Marines, even though many of you know I'm an Ultramarines fanboy, decided not to do these as Ultramarines because I'm a little bit OCD in that I like having the sculpted shoulder pads and stuff, and you can't really do that with the starter push fit models. So we did a custom chapter, and these are kind of like silver with like yellow details and gold trim. So they're kind of similar to, is it Silver Templars? Or no, Silver, whatever that like new chapter that was in Conquest. They're a little bit like that, but they're all metals, so there's no, all the colours are like contrast over a silver, so they've all got a metallic look to them, and the colour placement's a bit different. But the idea with that was we were going to use them as our crusade force and do little videos showing them crusading. But I've been listening to Audible quite a bit, and I changed my mind on what we were going to use for crusades. We'll tell you about that in a second. But yeah, I've been working through those. So that's kind of like the demo army. it's quite one-dimensional. When I was playing, I played quite a few Crusade games with them, and I was using them as White Scars, and with all the combat stuff, it just turns out that that's really, really quite solid, you know, being able to run and charge.
Yeah.
But we decided it would make a bit of a one-dimensional kind of army to follow, because they're going to start off quite small, and they're basically all just going to run forward and fight, which is a little bit boring. So we've been working on those. As you can see, there's some pretty incredible terrain on this table, if I do say so myself. Firstly, we've got this massive cathedral complex that we've been working on. And this is kind of a kit back of quite a few kits.
Yeah.
Aidan did the really big piece first, and I then, when I decided I had enough of sitting on the computer last week, I built this piece and went a bit to town with like statues and stuff. But altogether, it looks like a really cool ruined temple.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun to paint though, is it, Aidan?
Oh, I thought I was getting some help.
I'll make you a coffee. You know?
But big old piece, but it's going to look really stunning. Mostly, obviously, it's not going to be very good for competitive games, for match play. But when it comes to like Crusade and stuff, which we're really quite keen on nowadays, this kind of stuff coming really cool, bringing really nice narrative to the game.
Yeah, and our good friend Dak pointed out as well that it reminded him a lot of Isfan 3. And Dak and I have just started, we've played a couple of games now of Horus Heresy, but instead of using the official Horus Heresy rule set, we've been using a fan-made 8th edition rule set, which we've actually converted to 9th edition as best as we can. It makes the game a lot quicker, there's a lot less charts to check and stuff like that. It's really fast play, Marines die all over the place, so Marines killing Marines, you know, they shouldn't be struggling to kill each other, so we haven't bothered giving them like the extra wound or anything like that, but all the weapons have upgraded. So it's just like nasty death everywhere. It's great fun.
Yeah.
And because of that, I painted a couple of models up. So I'm doing, even though like I said I'm an Ultramarines fanboy, I'm actually doing Sons of Horus, and I'm doing the...
Solid choice.
Doing the green. So I've got a kind of speed paint method which we'll show you some close-ups of. It's only very basic, but it's just such a lovely colour. I really like it. Really like the green. So yeah, I do actually paint. You know, unlike what a lot of people believe. People who've known me for years know that I paint, but you know, I just haven't painted much recently. I've also, so we made that really cool temple which we're going to use for multiple stuff.
Yeah.
And I watched on Duncan Rhodes' YouTube. He did a really cool terrain piece that was a train piece of terrain. In my head I worried I was going to mess that up. And I kind of looked at it and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'm going to make my own version of it. So it's kind of similar, but as you can see, we've got a locomotive here. Again, you can use it in match play, normal 40k games and stuff like that. But it's designed to be used in narrative gaming for 40k, so Crusade and stuff. But also, we've got a bit of a plan to use it in a kind of train heist for Necromunda, which our campaign is almost ready for details to launch for that. But obviously, it's not painted yet, so that's a little way off. But I'll talk more about that when it's painted, and when we might do like a video just talking about the Necromunda scenarios, so that when people come down and play, when we've got our custom scenarios, they can just watch the video and understand what they're going to be trying to achieve, I guess. But I've got really cool little ideas with it. I also built one of these, which I've seen, I don't know where I've seen it, probably White Dwarfs, Warhammer Community, stuff like that online. But it's basically the blood things, what are they called? The thermic, I don't know what it's called. It's it's a hemotrope reactor or something like that. It's one of them, but with one of the things in the middle, the building bits. It's like a big vat or something, I don't know. But yeah, it looks really cool, and a big kind of pipe coming out of it. I like building terrain, it's fun. I like sort of customizing stuff. Talking about terrain, we forgot to show you some AOS terrain that like Aidan kind of was like, oh, well, it's my fault. I found some extra bits that we'd missed of the ruins. And Aidan was like, what colour do you want me to do them? And I was just like, just do them an orange or something. And he did, and they look absolutely epic. So we'll show you some close-ups of those. But I think you were stunned about how they came out, really, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to come out quite like that, but after it dried and it lightened up, it looked really nice.
It's my favourite colour of it, of those ruins, and it's the one we got the least of. So
yeah.
I'm not aiming to get any more, but we've still got all the Warcry terrain to do as well.
Oh yeah.
But I was kind of I was hoping we'd do that more like dark and dingy and nasty, and you know. And we've got the AOS Temple stuff, and we've got loads of old Warhammer Fantasy terrain like the farmhouses and all that kind of stuff, and a watchtower and things.
Lots
about
to
5 or
go.
6 watchtowers actually.
Lots to go.
And then we got the what is it, what's the Chaos Castle called for AOS?
Oh,
I can't remember. There's the big spiky castle.
been a long time.
We've got like a few towers, we've got loads of walls, we've got the gates, and we're planning to have that like built into some make some polystyrene like rock cliff faces and have the gateway like blocking it with the wall and a few towers and stuff. And that again is more of a narrative kind of piece. It's not really very good for match play,
Not especially, no.
but that's kind of a long way off. And we need to finish those 40k scenic boards we were working on. Anyway, oh yeah, as you can see, we've got boxes here of terrain. We've got maybe a dozen buildings left to build for 40k, and then loads of pipes. We've got more of this stuff as well as these. And then we'll be getting more in the next month or so. We'll be getting loads more terrain. The idea being that we've got more terrain than we've got tables to put it on, because that way, if we're running an event like a tournament or something like that, we make sure we've got too much of all the important terrain pieces that block line of sight and like area terrain and scatter terrain and stuff. But it's going to take a little while to get us to that point. I think we're maybe halfway to where I want to be.
We're steadily on our way, I think.
Yeah. So we were talking about Crusade and how we've shifted from the silver guys. I actually named these guys the Iron Phalanx as well, but that's irrelevant. They are going to be in the Crusade videos, just not as the centre point. Aidan, what audio books have I been listening to? What have I been talking about non-stop for the last couple of weeks?
Black Legion.
Yeah, Black Legion. So Talon of Horus, and I'm about halfway through Black Legion now. Yeah, I really like them. Yeah. I've always, like, whenever I've thought, eventually we'll do a shop 40k army for Chaos, it'll be Black Legion, because they're generic, so they can do everything. But actually listening to them, they're just really, really cool. It's very well written. It's Aaron Dembski Bowden, so it's a good book. Yeah, so what we got? We were building on Monday, weren't we?
A small unpainted force at the moment, but obviously something else in the pipeline, another store army. Got are they captains for Black Legion?
Just Lords, I
They're
think.
Lords, they're Chaos Lords,
They're
aren't
just
they?
Lords, yeah.
Chaos Lord in Terminator armour, a Sorcerer in Terminator armour, got a little bike squad going. Where's the third biker gone?
I've only built 2 so far.
Oh, is it? Okay.
There's going to be 6. I've been kit bashing those with the spare bits from the Chaos Marines, so they don't look like they're from 1997 or whatever I think the date was on the screw.
Yeah, they look quite cool.
Yeah.
A little bit more up to date. Havoc Squad, Terminator Squad, which is I've got high hopes for them. And then we've got 1 unit of Chaos Space Marines so far.
Yeah, so far.
But there's quite a few more to come.
Yeah. So it's going to, once we've got them all built, we'll have 5 squads, just based off what we've got already of Chaos Marines. There'll be 6 bikers in total. We've got a half-built Chaos Rhino. We'll probably have another Rhino because I've got an All-Marine one, and I only use Primaris now, so that can go in there. And then we're looking at all the extra characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the way we're thinking of pushing the narrative with this is much more like the books. So we're going to have all the, the Black Legion books anyway. We're going to have rubrics, maybe a Thousand Sun Sorcerer in there. We're going to have Plague Marines, Khorne Berserkers, and they're all going to be in the livery of the Black Legion. I can't remember the little mantra thing they do when they like burn their paint off their armor, but it's really cool. I like the idea of it. It's kind of like it's like if you're playing AOS, it's like playing just a Grand Alliance. That's what it feels like to me. You're like, I'll have a little bit of that, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And their rules are pretty good anyway. But I think we can get some really cool narrative going with the Chaos.
Yeah.
Which we maybe wouldn't have got as much going with the Marines. but we can still explore. I had like, with the Marines, I was like, ooh, who are they going to be, who are they successor chapter of? And the whole idea with those is it was going to be unknown. They're not sure who it is. But we can still do that. So just from the Black Legion's point of view when they see them and stuff. So yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, bolt action.
Bolt action stuff as well.
So we've got loads of bolt action going on. I've been speed painting multiple armies, and we'll put we've got some little clips of the tables that we've got going for bolt action. If you like historical, you like World War II, bolt action's such a great casual game. We've had so much fun with it. I know that from a competitive point of view, it can be a little bit broken sometimes, but we don't play like that. And if you don't want to play competitive and you just want to play casual, there is no more fun than you can have with bolt action.
Yeah.
I really like the randomness of it.
Yeah, really good game.
Yeah. I think that's basically everything we've got going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll do some like close-ups of all of this because from the distance you're at, it probably just looks like tiny little bits of plastic. Oh, no, there is something else. How could I forget? So we talk about having to cancel all our events. We have our pack's being launched this weekend. Should be Saturday. We have I'm calling it the Tri-Team Knockouts. Okay. So because everyone's restricted to mixing in bubbles of 6, we have a three-man team or three-person team event going on for 40k and for AOS. Okay, and the way that works is it's more like a knockout league. So you won't have every single team all in the venue at one go. You'll just have a team of 3 booking in their round against another team of 3. They'll play a day of gaming, so that's 3 rounds. So it'll be a long day, and then whichever team wins that day will go through to the next round. Okay, so we've already got I think we've got 4 teams for AOS and 4 teams for 40k with some spare players for both. Obviously, once the pack goes live, it's open to people from all over I'd say the local area, so southwest. We obviously don't want, with COVID and everything, we don't want people travelling too far.
Yeah.
But if you're Bristol, Bridgewater, even Cheltenham, or over onto like the Mendips, so like Salisbury, anywhere like that, it's open to, and it's a 3-person team, and yeah, the pack will be live. So there's a lot of excitement about it down here. It's getting people a bit more competitive.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, Aiden's on a team for both, and his AOS team is playing games every Friday, I think.
So I'm training to get thrown under the bus.
He's training. He's learning how to lose the most efficiently with his army.
Yeah.
Just because Stormcast aren't particularly powerful at the moment.
Nope.
But in a team event, one person always loses. That's the idea. You get chucked up against their best player, and they don't get much out of it.
No, I'm very good at that, unfortunately, but
it's all right. It's okay.
It's got to be one.
Anyway, that's a wrap. I think we talked about everything. Well, there's still more to talk about, but that's everything for now. And we will, like I said, there'll be some little shots of this in little video clips. So yeah, that's it. That's it for now, and I hope you look forward to more of our stuff that's coming up over the next few months. Bye bye.
Take care, guys.